Please say hi. Hello, Elsa. Hello, Jade.
Hey, hi, Tracy. How are
Hey,
you?
Frank.
Hi.
Also, yeah, Meilun and Nasha. Thanks very much. So let's go straight forward. This is a big group, right? So 5 people here. First of all, thank you very much again. So I will go straight to our first question. So my first question here is: trading is a most prevalent and frequently interacted element in the crypto world. So how to provide the safe asset custody and earn users' trust have become the top concern for all players in the field of crypto exchanges, right? So any insights on how to create a positive brand image and forge a bond of trust with users for trading platforms? Let's start with Elsa. So Elsa, hi, see you again, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Tracy. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for your question. So, a short introduction. Elsa here from Blue Helix and HBTC. We're doing the Blue Helix SaaS and white label solutions for partners who want to set up an exchange. And also, HBTC.com is our self-managed exchange. And back to the question. So for us, right, as the most important medium of value exchange in the blockchain industry, so cryptocurrency trading not only keep like say user data or user trading platform, but also is important to users because they are treated security as their primary consideration. So in terms of exchange security, HBTC has maintained a record of zero incident in terms of stability and security within 3 years, which is the best proof of our security system as well. And we have completed 6,000 plus iteration of upgrades and 136,000 plus system builds and zero incidents and 99.99 high availability since launch too. So we maintain perfect system reliability. So we can see this developing, launching, and system building efficiency in like top tier the internet companies, for example, Amazon, Alibaba, and Tencent, and so on. And because HBTC is our self-managed system, so it's part of Blue Helix Group. So Blue Helix Cloud has gained a rich experience in user needs and product optimization. So that's why how we can support and build the trust between users and the trading platform. And as we all know that a lot of centralized exchanges, they use the centralized custodian or like say third-party custodian. It will affect a bit about the trust between the user and the platform. So for us, right, we have integrated our HBTC chain, which is doing the decentralized key generation. So our custodian path is we have parallel. So one is centralized and one is decentralized. So and for the centralized part, we can provide a proof of reserve. So all the users can use the macro trade to validate their assets on our platform. And for the decentralized, the assets is just easily not going to the platform. These people still can trade. So we believe that with the standardization and compliance go along the way, so custodian and especially for the decentralized custodian will have a good way to go. Yeah, that's my point. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elsa, again. So Jade, if you have anything like to share with us.
Thank you. For me, when we talk about the image of exchange platform, I think that we need to think about the globalization and both the globalization and the localization. I think for trading platform to ensure the safety of the assets custody service is the most basic. To build a brand image, I think that we need to think about a lot of things. First, maybe we need to think about a globalize our business to build a global image. Since that for the short introduction for ChainUp, we founded in 2017, and we own a number of branches. As present, we have such branches office in Tokyo, Hong Kong, Singapore, and also we have Seoul, Beijing, and Shenzhen office. So we are preparing for more office in the world. It is what we do for the globalization part. We also hold a lot of event all around the world to let more people know about ChainUp or know about our partners as some trading platform. And now we also like more offices to make a local image for our to our local service to ensure that more we do a lot of things to make things that obey some local regulations, and also that at the same time that we have a lot of partners all around the world, and such as some media partners to make to have a lot of articles and PR agencies to help us to build some local image. I think that it is our experience to build some globalization and localization part for these things.
Thank you very much. And Andrew, your takes on this?
Sure. So firstly, a quick introduction. My name is Andrew and I am Head of Project Relations at WhiteBit Exchange, and it's a great honor to be speaking here. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
So I should say that it comes as no surprise that there have been growing concerns and even fears on behalf of the users when it comes to how secure their funds are with the exchanges. And the reasons behind this are rather obvious. Lately, we've had a lot of news of exchange hacks, persecution on behalf of regulators, even exit scams of various magnitude. And when thinking about this issue, we should ask ourselves, for example, what is one of the main reasons behind people preferring decentralized exchanges rather than centralized ones? The DeFi hype aside, I would say that it is the fact that there is simply no need to trust, because at any point, you know exactly what is happening with your funds. And that brings me to my point that companies earn users' trust when the users don't need to trust blindly. The best brand image an exchange could and should work on when it comes to addressing users' concerns is full transparency, no matter their size and rank.
Yeah.
After all, we should remember that blockchain and crypto are here not to replace the traditional financial market, but to transcend it. And I would like to share just a couple of insights. They are rather simple, but they are encoded deeply into our mission at WhiteBit Exchange and our motto. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are: show your face, be open about who you are, what licenses you operate under, who runs your company. Second, embrace necessary regulation. There is simply no way around this, and it's better to be clear, as our motto says, and to help form this market rather than eventually become its outsider. Have strong cybersecurity, run bug bounties, involve trustworthy companies to run audits. Have an excellent support team, which is always there to help, explain, and solve problems. And if you're facing issues that are limiting your users' operations, let them know about what's happening and always keep them in the loop. And this is, I would say, the level 0 of what an exchange should do. And if all those check boxes are fixed, I believe you're on the right path.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Andrew. So Frank, if you can share your insights with us.
Hi, this is Frank from Cashreiest Exchange, and thank you for inviting us to be here. I think as a centralized exchange, maybe my view is somewhat different from Andrew's view, because in South Korea, every exchange have to be certification, means ISMS certification. The only 10 exchanges have the ISMS certification, and which means that Information Security Management System certification. So every exchange is certificated by government. So it is very important to follow the government's rule and guidelines to maintain their business in South Korea. Okay, so my view is, first of all, and obviously, I think transparency and communication with users are most important thing. In this aspect, I think operation and system is very important because the team communicates with users directly. The trust cannot be built on without any effort, and it takes long time in general. So I'd like to thank for our operation and system first. And next, as I said before, following government's guide and rules are very important. Cashreiest exchange is safely storing most of customers' assets in separated cold wallets, which just few executives can access. It also following the government's rule and guidelines. So Yeah, that is the very basic thing, but also very important, because the fact that one exchange following the government's guidelines sincerely can create a positive brand image by itself. For example, like I said, ISMS. When South Korean users finding the exchange which they wanted to trade, they first search that the exchange got the certifications or not. So it is the very important point for users. And finally, building a network with other company can be a good way to keep customers also safely and create a positive brand image, I think. Because the exchange alone cannot protect assets perfectly from outside attacks. In case of Cashreiest, we have partnership with Signa from VazirX, which offering AML solutions to us. And we also keep searching some able security company to cooperate with nowadays. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. And Meilun from Bibox. So your insights?
Yeah, hi. I'm glad to share my thoughts on this. So regarding how the trust levels of users to platforms, I think Bibox has done a great job. We have a very solid team, and we lean towards a steady growth. So our customers are trusting us to actually use this platform because of the tech and the AI background format. We actually went on a global compliant route from the beginning, and the strategy from early on is that this, with our VQF licenses from Switzerland and Estonian licenses from crypto, token to token. So this actually grows our customers' trust to us.
Okay.
And this is a global effort because we also have tried this from 3 or 4 years ago, from South Korea to Japan, and we're having these licenses pending. But to our customers, this would be a route, and I think if you're doing anything crypto, you should notice this and actually put your efforts into being compliant with the traditional finance. And I think this is kind of a core competency in our industry. Future later on, especially tonight, we broke all-time high.
Yeah.
And another part of this trust level would definitely come from your trust level with this tech team. We have veterans from both AI and blockchain in the industry. Notably, if we have Chinese audiences, they're from Huawei.
Okay.
High level from Huawei and veterans from OK. And this would be effectively the trust level, the stone for customers, how they would want to go with us, because they would trust us to as a platform. We will not do anything technically. We will not fail them. And also for this AI and blockchain platform that we have, this high alert that we have, this combined platform of AI and blockchain, that we will actually be alerted before everyone else. So if we're having great trading or we're having our perpetual contracts, our customer will not have their loss actually occurred because of what they call a needle, down or up. And this is how we actually gain the trust from our customers.
Thank you.
Needless to say that we have kept a record of 0 accidents since the beginning, which is a rare thing for bigger platforms like us. Thanks.
Thank you. So Nischal from VazirX, right? We'd like to have your insights. Great.
Yeah, sure. See, I think I believe technology and product, all of these are important, But one of the key differentiators I've seen, which helps build immense trust in your community, is the founders and the teams coming in front of the users. And these examples are in front of us. Take Justin Sun, for example. He came in front of the people. He told about what they were building, and people looked up to him as this founder who's building a blockchain project, and they all backed the founder. Coming forward to, and Tron was not like the first blockchain to launch, yet it could make inroads because the founder came in front of the people. Same with, I would say, let's take CZ, for example, from Binance. Binance was not like the first exchange to launch, but just because the founder was in front of the audiences trusted that exchange. I've done something similar with VazirX in India. We were not the first exchange. In fact, we were the last ones to launch about 2 years ago. And today we are the biggest because I decided that I should be in front of people rather than being hidden from the audiences that were using our product. So when founders come in front of people, their users tend to trust them more because ultimately you're dealing with money. And while you can use products and brands, when you come across people, I think that trust factor just increases tenfold. So I would lay this whole trust building as founders and team members coming in front of people and being real instead of just being a brand. Be a person. I think that affects a lot in this whole trust building exercise.
Thank you very much for sharing the insights on this question. So let's go next. As we talk about, so few guests sharing some concepts about the transparency and community. So, sorry.
Yeah, I'm really sorry. Can I just quickly address what Frank has said? Yeah, just to avoid misunderstandings. We were talking about regulations, yeah, and Frank said that he disagrees with me on that point, but it seems like we're both actually on the same side here, because I have said that we also are strong believers in regulations and that it cannot be avoided, and it must be embraced at the right time before it is like too late and you become an outsider in the market.
When we talk about regulation on the second question, so you will have time to discuss. Yeah. So, I mean, for any exchanges, so you guys sharing some concept about transparency and also communicating with your users, right? So there there's something lies between users and the products. So how to offer a more well-rounded product matrix or develop new growth drivers for trading and improve user experience on top of providing basic trading functions. So this is my question number one, and also I also would like you guys to share about the relevant regulation in your country. So let's start from Elsa. I know right now you are in Singapore, right? So I would like to know more. Yeah.
Okay. So I share a bit about the questions. So because we all know that user growth is another very important topic when we talking about security and the user growth as well. So because HBTC is backbone by Blue Helix Cloud, so what we're doing is we keep sharpening our products in different dimension. For example, we have spot, perpetual swaps, options trading, OTC, leverage, margin trading, ETF, and so on. So we keep sharpening our products in different level. And for Blue Helix Cloud, because it's a SaaS service provider, we have about 300 plus partners globally. For example, I say Japanese license exchange Xdata, the global station is using our platform, and also the Chili's Net. Chili's, the fan token is recently done the Binance, and also in South Korea is Hapico. Hapico Global is also our own clients. So for us as a service provider, in one way, we will keep sharpening our products and receive all the feedbacks from the retail trading. So that's why how we can gather all the product optimization and all the angles from the user operation as well. So we need to collect the needs from the ground. And just now you mentioned about the regulations, because recently all the big news is Singapore, the DBS exchange. DBS exchange is launching, I think this week or early next week. Yeah, this is because for HBTC, we're also one of the exempt exchange in MAS in Singapore as well, where everyone's looking for the license. And most of our clients, if they are registered in Singapore, we also help them with the license application, with the compliance and legal terms as well. So we all know that OSL in Hong Kong is recently received the first license in Hong Kong. I think it's a very big move. So I think Singapore will soon issue the first license, and everyone is looking for it. We don't see any hope for this year, but I hope that Q1 next year will have the new license coming out. I think first one will go to DBS. Yeah, DBS now is the one in the exemption period, and they are only open to the institutions and the compliance the institution firms. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you very much. And Jade would also like to have your insights. Hello, Jade. You here? Can you hear me, Jade? Hello? So there has some connection problem. Hello, Jade. You hear me? Okay, let's go Frank first of all. So Frank would like to share your ideas. Yeah.
Okay. As the industry is changing and developing, the user's preference is changing also, as you know, from margin trading to staking services. And nowadays, DeFi is very booming. So there has been so many tries to attract users. We have tried many ways to. When we build a new service, we mainly consider three factors. The first thing is always regulation and government's guidelines. If you had a chance to see the Korean exchanges, you may notice that there are not any margin and future trading in their services. Okay. That is because our government blocked it. Before designing the service, it is always important to check whether the service can be contained in the boundary of the regulation or not. And the second thing is the market trend. Like I said before, there has been always a core keyword and trend in this industry. Recently, it was DeFi, obviously. As a centralized exchange, it was very hard to follow the DeFi trend, but we are trying to follow up the market trend in some other ways, like find some good project about the DeFi project. Yeah, that is the way how we try to follow up the market trend. The third thing is gathering attentions from new users. As the regulation is coming, we are mainly focusing on these new users who have not invested in crypto before. In this aspect, we are getting up the portion of stable investment products. The new users who are recently coming with regulations are more likely conservative than before. We think like this ways. To attract them, we are designing products using stable coins like USDT or CKRW based on fiat money. So the new users can enjoy a better and some more stable return than a bank's giveaways. So that is our view.
Yeah, thank you very much. And Andrew, your insights on this?
Of course. Yeah, so the market we all work in is, of course, a difficult one because it has not yet been established in itself. Yeah, so it really changes quickly. And therein lies the difference, actually, between crypto market and traditional finance, where in the usual situation, a company would be able to plan their development and marketing a couple of months ahead, half a year ahead, and use for that proven, measured, and working instruments. A blockchain company should always be able to stop and change the strategy in reaction to changes in the market. Yeah. And as of right now, you cannot survive in crypto if you are rigid and inflexible. And of course, this ability to quickly analyze and introduce new products is crucial to attracting new users for an exchange or a trading platform. Yeah. And it requires good brand management, product management, and considerable development resources. Just as an example, with WhiteBit, we have a roadmap of products that we are planning to launch and have always wanted to launch. A good example of such a product would be margin trading that we have that has gone live this summer. However, apart from these, we also launched several additional products. For example, a P2P platform called Bitcoin Global and a decentralized exchange called WhiteSwap. And none of those were initially in our roadmap. They both became our quick reaction to what was happening in the market. The decentralized exchange was obviously in reaction to the DeFi hype, and the P2P platform was launched after the news of many P2P platforms coming under attack and getting banned in various countries. And we are certain that it is exactly the right timing. That was the key point in the success of those two products. And another thing I wanted to point out is something that we call user's journey. It is a strategy of attracting new users that we are using, and it is a complex of activities that we do for our users with the purpose of, firstly, educating our existing user base about the new developments in our exchange, and secondly, familiarizing newcomers with what WhiteBit is and how it works. And it includes anything from AMA session to educational videos to competitions, quizzes, staking events, and so on. And this has proven rather popular with the community because it employs gamification as the driving force behind creating a new generation of experienced exchange users. And to quickly address the regulation issue, as I said before, we are believers in the necessity of regulation. And our motto says, white is clear, which means that you have to be transparent and clear, and you cannot do that without complying with the current government guidelines. And it is also important to be able to work with the government while they are working on regulations in order to be in the loop and in order to help create those regulations and be in the center of events. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And Meilun, your insights on this? Hello, Meilun. Are you here with us? Okay, let's go, Nischal from VazirX. So we'd love to have your voices here.
Yeah. So I think the first part of the question, I would simply.
Myself. Can you hear me now?
Oh,
yeah, you can go on.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry, you go on. I'll be the next round.
Okay.
Okay, Nischal. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the first part of the question, we as an exchange, we usually try to just listen to our users and build what they ask for rather than us having a roadmap. And I think Andrew put it really well that the ecosystem changes so much. It's really hard for someone to predict what would need to be built, let's say 3 months down the line or 6 months down the line. So we figured out the better way is to just simply listen to what users are asking for, and feedback comes in different channels, Twitter, your Telegram groups. People just keep asking for features, and whatever is the most requested, we just build it. And we've done that time and again, and we realized that that's like the best approach. The second part, which is regulation, I think I would want to touch a little deeper into that. Now, I don't know if many people know, but India has had like a love and hate relationship with crypto for a long time now. And regulations have been more or less, I would say, less clear. There's not been any regulatory clarity in India. So while we've been trying to get regulations, positive regulations in the country, we realize that regulators are usually slower than the markets. So usually your innovation comes first and then the regulations come in. So what we have been doing is a bunch of us exchanges in the country, we've gotten together and we are forming sort of a self-regulatory organization. And the idea is that even before regulations come, can we follow a set of guidelines, all of us together, and show the regulators and show our country that we can self-regulate. And there's a set framework that we follow, which you can then adopt at a national level. So the idea is to self-regulate first, and then present that to our regulators, saying this is what we are already doing. How about regulating us in that direction? So yeah, at least in India, we are going towards the path of self-regulation instead of waiting for regulations to come in, so that that self-regulatory body can be seen like a model for the regulators to adopt in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing the current situation in India. It's a great thing. Thank you very much. And Meilun, your turn. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
connected.
So I was saying I was really agreeing to what Andrew just said, the gamification of the whole platform, and also the India situation also gives us some light. And for Bibox, our traditional finance growth customers are one of our top priorities. And in the past 2 years, we actually have formed strategic partnership with LSE, which is London Stocks Exchange Group, with their global partner plan. We look forward to opening up both traditional finance world and blockchain industry and make everything more convenient to institutional players when they look up to this playfield and like to be part of the players. And product-wise, we actually have released great trading and DeFi mining with what other people have said this year's hot stars, and released custody and margin trading on top of the more convenient for institutions. So the products were chosen by a moderate route for our customers, where you have more options with actually better trading experiences. So I think Bibox is actually one of the earliest to actually have algo trading with AI strategies that actually minimize your risk and maximize your gain at the same time, but not as perpetual contracts where people basically just go into play lotteries. So our customer actually benefits with steady profits and smaller risks. I think that's the route we're going on, and that's the current answer we have for this question. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Sorry, guys. So as we are running out of time, so I'm sorry to say, so we should stop this panel since we need to connect the following guests. Okay. So thank you again for participating in this panel discussion, for sharing your insights here. Hope to see you soon. And thanks again. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.